You know, basically everybody in America knows that America is in trouble, that America is falling. Now, most people don't know really the root causes, and they certainly don't know what should be done about it, but they know it's falling. The fact that many of my guy friends in my season of life have told me recently that they've turned off the evening news, they don't watch the news anymore, they don't check out the news, proves my point really that things are so bad out there that we're trying to live in denial. Guys, today I want to deal with the real causes, not big picture ethereal stuff that we can just kind of philosophically talk about. I want to talk about the real reasons that America is falling, and I want to give just a few thoughts on what we guys should be doing to play a role in seeing this nation restored, strengthened, whatever you want to call it. That's what we want to focus on today. Welcome back, everybody. I'm David Long. This is the Mountain Men channel, and this is the channel, guys, where we help good men do great things. First, inside themselves, body, soul, and spirit, helping them get their house in order, so to speak, but also in the family and then out in the culture to have an impact. And guys, today we're going to talk about the out in the culture part a little bit. We're talking about why America is falling and what can we as individual men do about it. Is there anything really we can have an impact? I think a lot of men, you know, have turned off the news, as I said, because they don't know what to do. They don't know, how can I have an impact on this at all? Well, guys, first of all, let's deal with the three underlying reasons that are causing America to fall. The first one is that enough good men are not doing enough good action out in the culture. Now, you know that Edmund Burke quote, "The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for enough good men to do nothing." That's kind of happening right now, but that's one of those big picture answers. But gentlemen, we need to dig deeper and ask ourselves, why are men standing down? Why are they not getting involved? Now, historically, you know, everybody's a little afraid, everybody's a little lazy, everybody's a little apathetic. That's always been the case. That's nothing new. And there's another reason we just need to kind of get out of the way here, and that is that good people do tend to be live and let live kind of people. They don't tend to be, well, you know, wanting to tell their neighbors what to do or going down and running for the county legislature so they can impose their thoughts on everybody else. And they look at Washington, D.C. and they say, wow, that seems really crazy that we're $30 trillion in debt, but, you know, maybe they're smarter than we are. You know, I don't know. It's not the way I would do it, but I'm not going to try to, you know, like run for Congress or anything like that, or start a blog or try to influence people. I'm just going to live and let live. Guys, but there's two new reasons in our generation why men are involved, and they both are rooted in fatherlessness. So the first is this. Fatherless men, which 70% of the men in our day and age have grown up with less than adequate fathering, or to no fathering, to abusive fathering, somewhere on a really bad end of the scale. Fortunately, there's still some men that receive great fathering, but most haven't. And so this does a couple things. Number one, it leaves a wound. And so they spend a lot of their life and a lot of their life energy trying to deal with that sense. Wasn't I worth it to have a good dad? And all that goes with that, and that's a topic of other videos. But the other thing that it leaves them raised primarily by women, by their moms, by the Sunday school teachers that are female, school teachers that are female. And the net result of that is women tend to not be warrior in nature. And so the idea of going out and fighting in a culture war kind of way is really not what women often think of. Some do, but most don't. Most are nurturing, most are more protective, and so forth. So that warrior spirit in men really got put to sleep. And getting back in touch with that, which we talk a little bit about, the value of hunting and some other things on this channel. We talk a lot about how to revive and stir up that warrior spirit. Because guys, one of the core foundational ideas of men is that we exist to resist evil in the world. We are the fighters. We are the warriors. So guys, that to me is that's the foundation of why men don't get involved, those four key reasons right there. Of course, another big reason why America is falling is the obvious one. We have turned our back on God. God was the foundation for our culture. But guys, I want to be careful of this excuse because it's kind of a cop-out for a lot of people. And here's why I say that. If you say that, you know, we kicked God out of the schools, we kicked Bible reading, we kicked Bibles out of the school, we kicked prayer out of the school, you know, we kicked God out of the schools, we kicked him out of education, kicked him out of entertainment, out of the media, all this stuff. If we say that, but we're not as an individual willing to be a part of some process that puts God back in the schools or puts God back in the culture, then it's really a cop-out. In other words, somebody else kicked God out of the schools, not me. Well, Gentlemen, we have to take responsibility to whatever degree we're going to say that we've pushed God out of marriage, we pushed God out of politics, we pushed God out of the culture. We've got to say, okay, we're going to be unapologetic about our faith, and we're going to take a stand not just for good ideas, but for biblical ideas, for God's ideas, day in and day out, whether it's at work, whether it's in our community, regardless of where it is. So guys, as I do in all my videos, I like to have some practical takeaways. Guys, I'm going to leave you 4 quick things. I don't ever want to talk about big picture ideas and have you just walk away frustrated. But guys, I want to just share thoughts of what we as men can do to impact this culture, things that you can put into practice right today. So number 1 is think about the impact of all that insanity that's going on out there. Think about the impact on your kids and on your grandkids, and allow yourself to get a little angry about that. Decide, you know what, I'm not going to let this ship go down on my watch because of my kids and my grandkids. The second thing, guys, is you need to do what you can to foster the warrior spirit. Part of the makeup of a man is that he's made warrior, okay? And the reason you're made warrior is because you were born on a battlefield. I've got a whole different video coming separately on that topic. You were born on a battlefield. However you want to think about it spiritually, you have to recognize there's a battle between good and evil. And if you're going to be a good man, you've got to stand for good. And so you've got to foster that warrior spirit. We'll do a lot of stuff on this channel, and I've already started to do some stuff to encourage, to not deny. The warrior spirit doesn't make you a toxic male. We have to be trained, we have to be disciplined, but we have to stand for goodness, for righteousness, which means we have to stand against evil. Gentlemen, the third thing is you need to determine that you're going to stand for the good, you're going to stand for truth, you're not going to let lies exist and stand, and you're going to stand for the needy. When you stand for good, what you're saying is we're going to stand for the needy. So guys, we need to just be committed to being men who stand for things, who stand for truth, who stand for goodness, who stand for the needy. And lastly, guys, we need to be ready and willing to get equipped to deal with, and I've said this from video 1, we need to be willing to take a fair assessment of what's going on inside, body, soul, and spirit, and work on our own stuff so that we can get equipped to have an impact, as I've said, in our family and out in the culture. So guys, I hope you found some helpful takeaways today. Those are the things that I have in my own life that motivate me to get involved, to try to have an impact on the culture, and maybe they'll be helpful to you. Hey guys, if you haven't hit the like button yet in this video, would you do me a favor and hit it right now? If you don't already know, when you hit that like button, it tells you the YouTube algorithm, hey, these are good videos, and then they'll put them in front of more men. It'll help us reach more men and encourage and strengthen more men. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you do that as well. So guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. As always, I appreciate your time a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.